I'm gonna say, because I don't know, that this is a 1963 Scotsman. There was a period of years where these windows were used, and 63 is within that era. I have not yet found the VIN. I know it's on there, but I don't think, I know it's not the VIN, it's a serial number, but I don't think that the number on there is going to correlate with any year from what I understand on the research that I have done. And here's some research for you. Yuck. 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 I don't know. Scotsman. It's cool. You gotta admit it's cool. I don't think that window, it needs some work. And I don't know why it's frosted over the kitchen. People like to look out the kitchen when they're doing a little kitchen work. That little bargman up there. There just isn't, other than hopefully these 4 windows are usable. That size Jalossi just isn't all that great to, easy to find. That is what I'm finding. Trash. We may move that to the side. I don't like it back there. Trash. The windows, the small windows that I want to save appear to be okay. The door, not so much. It's a total rebuild. But I've got some extra doors, so we'll see how that goes. There's just not much. There's not much here, boys. All that conglomeration's gone. Inside, I mean, you saw this on the Should I Buy It? Oh, that reminds me, I got to get that out for Gary. I don't like the looks of that stove. I will save some parts off it in case somebody asks me. That gray tank's gone. I do like that. But really, otherwise, there's nothing in here to save. There's nothing to salvage. Nothing. It's all coming out. Everything. That's cool though. Look at that big old storage on both sides. So, just not that much to show other than the cool shape. I gotta tear down. Let's see how it goes. Nothing. One interesting thing, this is a Pittsburgh seam and a 90-degree break. One right after the other. I did send some pictures over to Max Aluminum, MACS, there in Bristow. Make sure that they can make me this pattern, which I'm sure they can. And I'm sure they can do that, but I didn't want to assume, so I sent them pictures. And I always wondered how they did that. Now I know. It's a 90-degree break into a Pittsburgh seam into a full 48 sheet. Easy enough. Just got to make that bend. All right. Boom. Flathead screws. Those little screws, sheet metal screws. Square head. I'm not even sure why I'm out here right now. Boys, I'm tired. We were really just hitting it hard this summer. Really did. And we didn't have to. We just did. And I feel like I'm tired. This camper is going to be for me. I think we discussed that in the Should I Buy It? And I'm having a little hard time finding some motivation. I mean, really, that should be your motivation. But I'm tired. Vintage camper market has slowed down to a crawl. And that's okay. That's okay because we've done a lot recently here. And we've done really good. We really have. Oh, and those of you that follow me on my personal page, you know, I had a trip and you think, oh, that's a vacation. It is a vacation, but the travel wears you down. And that's what I'm really coming off of right now. It's hard. And I've got a limited amount of time to really get started on this. So I can either just not get started, or I can come out here and do a little bit here, a little bit there, and then just sit here and complain about it. I guess I can do that too. But you guys know me. You understand me. So I wanted to share that with you. I'm just tired. I am. I'm a little wore out. And I guess trying to do flathead screw removal when they've been painted and they've got putty on them. It's just no fun. It's about as fun as having 15 dogs. You know, your neighbor needs to have 15 dogs. It's just extra. You don't need it. Don't need it. So I'm going to stop whining and complaining. And you may never even see this. I may grow up and take this out. I'm going to get back to work. You've seen enough of that. Well, I'm sorry you had to hear that. I put my big boy panties on and I realized something as I was doing that. Instead of pulling all of these screws out, the screws weren't even holding on to anything. About a pound of silicone on each window. And I thought this was going to be stick built because of the thickness of the windows, but it's not. It's plywood. Hey, that's great. That makes me happy. So, I got all 4 of these out in record time because I just pried them out. The screws were really not even holding it in. So I just pried them out, pulled the windows out. It's going to be a lot of cleanup on those windows. I've got to really decide, am I going to reuse those windows? They are iconic to this. I don't like the look of them, but they are what comes on this camper. I've got some others. We may look into it. You know, I'm not big on having a bunch of windows in the back anyway, but we do need some around the dinette, and that we're not reusing this window. That's going in the trash. We've got plenty of other options available to us, and so we'll be doing that because we won't be doing this. That's too much. Too much. All right. Just want to let you know I'm in a better mood. I'm still tired, but I'm not going to be a baby about it on camera. All right, let me get to bed. Let me get to work. You've seen this. I'm just going to tear it down. I did not take that front window out because I think it's going to come out when I pull that sheet off, and I'm not saving that window. You can't make me. I got these windows out. They're under consideration. I got the back window out. I was careful with that. I don't think I'm going to reuse it, though. I mean, why have that big of a back window if it won't open? That's just my thoughts. And here's the real point I wanted to get to today. I've got my template. That's where I wanted to get. I've only got 2 hours in, but when you're tired and you didn't want to do anything, 2 hours is good. It really is. You know, it gave me a little motivation. This will get my mind right because I can think now. Let's pull this, see what's behind door number 1. Okay. Because we're going to have to see how they did this. Hey, great camera work. Glad you stopped by. So all they just did one full sheet here back, and they added that little nub on there. Okay. See, I was wondering. That really, really was on my mind. And now I know. Now I know. I haven't got any measurements yet. I don't know how long this thing really is. I want to think that maybe it's I don't know, is it a 12-foot box? It could be. I think it might be. Let's see what's behind door number 2. Well, that looks like just a full sheet. So this may be 12 to 12 with an add-on. And down here, I bet you it's only somewhere around 10 up to 12. But see, that's what I wanted to get to. I wanted to know. And now my mind can think. And I can formulate my plan. I can take you through the phases of how my mind's going to work now. See, a little lilt in my voice now. A little bump in my step. Pep in my step. However you want to say it. Okay. So I can knock off now. I can start thinking and formulating. Because I've got my template. Now, you know, the only other template I need is the floor. And that'll probably take, if I work tomorrow, I probably will. Hopefully I can get this tore down and get to the floor. I have both my templates, and I will feel good starting fresh in 2 days. All right. Day 2. I showed you what I did yesterday, but it rained and rained all night, all morning. It's still morning, as you can see, sun's up, but kind of need that to dry a little bit. So I might see what I could do on the inside. A couple of things on the inside. That's actually pretty cool. Because it's a Scotsman. You gotta, that's something that I am really racking my brain about, is how to make this a Scotsman. Which implies Scottish, which implies, plaid and, things like that. So, and I just really, and I've realized that this interior has been jacked. I mean, that's obviously factory. That's obviously factory. This, you could see, I don't like it at all. I'm sure at some point it was pretty cool. It just isn't anymore. I do like this. I don't like this. I don't like this. So I don't even know if we're going to put a stove back in here, stove top. So you don't need it. I mean, I guess back in the day, and this is my time period-ish, people were frying stuff a lot, frying chicken, frying pork chops, frying everything. So I guess you needed these little guards here to stop all that. It's this little tiny diamond pattern, which is cool. I just feel like, these towel rack. I wonder if I can salvage this. Those are pretty cool. So I got to take care with that. We got this light here, but it had some sort of sconce in there. So I'm going to salvage this, because we could paint all this. We can clean that all up, and we could build. We know how to build sconces now. Thanks, Rambler. So we got 2 of them. Those are coming out. Hopefully maybe going back in. And of course, this light. Very, very simple, but very cool. What is that? What's the temp today, boys? What's that, about 64? Things, the temperature, I do care about the temperature. Anyway, I don't like this interior whatsoever. Most of it's gone. I don't even know what really was here and what's not. So I have got to come up with, what am I going to do? So I'm going to take these lights out, and there's the fuse box. That'll tell you the time period. I'll take these lights out, get them set off to the side, and then I've got to think, what am I going to do? What's this interior going to look like? Is it going to look like a Scotty? That's kind of a neat detail. I'll put you in mind of that king, if you remember. Is it going to look like the Comet? I mean, there's a lot of room right here that we could recreate that really cool kitchen. I don't know. Am I going to do something different? Out of the box? In the box? That's what I'm going to do today. I don't know. If it dries out, I'm going to go outside, but this is how I'm going to start my day. Right there. Piece by piece, I just knocked it down. There's just not much to save. And what I was noticing as I was tearing into it, I couldn't disassemble this like I do normally because everything was rotten. It was held together with silicone. So it's just a matter of taking piece by piece, or not piece by piece apart to save the pieces, just grabbing this and grabbing this, getting that side off so that it just falls down. And now I'm just taking a Sawzall and just cutting it up into pieces. I think that's a heater. Something, I don't know. I haven't got it torn out yet, but it looks pretty cool. Water heater, maybe. I don't know. Or is that, no, that's not gas. Or is it? I'll let you know as I sit here and discuss it with myself, have a debate. But wanted to let you see where I'm at. Just knocking out a little piece off of this, put it on the stack, another little piece off, put it on the stack. Pretty soon I'll be down to the last template that I need, which is the floor. I don't know if there is any real way to get an exact measurement on this. I got it close as I could, and we'll see what's gonna look like. There's my neighbor. He's always messing around with something with an engine. So, and it's always loud. he's something. Anyway, back to this. I got close, and that's all we're gonna do is get close. I wanted to get it before I tore it off, and I was noticing that on a lot of these, the carriage bolts are already not even attached. So we'll see. I don't know. I may go get some lunch and then come back and tear it down. We'll see what happens.